Okay. The power of mindset. Arjun's story. In a small remote village in the heart of Madhya Pradesh, India, lived a young boy named Arjun. His family was extremely poor, the kind of poverty where every meal is uncertain. His father broke his back laboring in the fields of others, while his mother worked in several households to make ends meet. Arjun was decent in school, but he carried a heavy question in his heart. Can a poor person ever become something great? The villagers often told him, "Son, stop dreaming so big. Hard work is our fate, not riches. Accept your life for what it is." Slowly, Arjun began to believe them. He resigned himself to the idea that his life would simply be a repeat of his parents' struggle. But one evening, everything changed. The mysterious old head, wise elder, Arjun was sitting by the fields, defeated and lost in thought, when an old man approached him. There was a unique, comforting vibe about him, a warmth in his demeanor that immediately made Arjun feel at ease. He looked at Arjun and asked, "What's up, kid? You seem troubled." Arjun let out a deep sigh and said, "Sir, I have these huge dreams, but my bank account is literally at zero. I have nothing." The old man just smiled. "Listen to me, son. If a person commits to something in their mind with absolute sincerity, they can manifest anything in this world." Arjun scoffed. "Come on, old man. Just thinking doesn't change reality." The old man placed a hand on his shoulder. "Mindset is the seed, and hustle is the water. You put them together, and you change your entire reality." Then he pulled out a small, leather-bound journal from his jacket and handed it to Arjun. "Every single night before you sleep, I want you to write down exactly who you want to become. But don't just write it like a list. Visualize it, feel it, believe it is already yours." And just like that, the old man vanished into the night. The vision board. Journaling. That night, Arjun sat in his tiny room by the light of a small lantern. He opened the journal and wrote, "I am going to build a massive business. I am going to buy my parents a beautiful, strong house." He felt a little goofy writing it at first, honestly. But he committed to it. He kept at it every single night. Slowly, something shifted. His confidence started skyrocketing. He began waking up at 5 a.m., listening to podcasts, researching business ideas, and teaching himself new skills. He even started helping out around the community, just to build good karma. The first major break: hustle. A few months later, a massive monsoon hit the state. The roads to the city completely washed out, gridlocking the supply chain. Local farmers were losing thousands of dollars because they couldn't get their produce to the markets in the city. A light bulb went off in Arjun's head. He gathered some local guys and said, "Look, if we can find a workaround to move these vegetables to the city markets, we can save these farmers and make a bag for ourselves." His friends literally laughed in his face. "Bro, you're tripping. We don't have a logistics company." But Arjun didn't care about the noise. He secured a small loan, rented a beat-up cargo van, and started moving product himself. Week 1? He made a decent profit. Week 2? Demand went crazy. Within months, his little side hustle turned into a legitimate, fast-growing startup. Haters gonna hate. Noise. Once Arjun started getting his money up, the town started talking. Some people were hype. "Yo, Arjun is really that guy. He's killing it." But the haters? They were salty. "It's a fluke. He's gonna crash. Broke kids shouldn't try to play millionaire." It got under Arjun's skin, but then he remembered what the old man told him. First they laugh at you, then they hate on you, then they ask you how you did it. Facing rock bottom, setback. But look, the come-up is never easy. Just as he was scaling his business, a massive fire ripped through his warehouse. He lost everything in a single night. His entire stock, his equipment, and most of his savings. Just like that, he was totally broke again. Arjun was devastated. He felt like his American dream was completely dead. Sobbing, he opened his journal that night, and his eyes landed on his own handwriting from months ago. "No matter what happens, I will never quit." Those words were like a shock to his system. He wiped his tears and felt a new kind of grit take hold. He immediately started hustling again, working odd jobs during the day and rebuilding his network at night. And guess what? He rebuilt it all. Better this time. Mindset is everything. Success. Now Arjun fully understood the cheat code. Poverty isn't a bank account status, it's a mindset. He scaled his business, rebranded it, took it fully online, and turned it into an e-commerce empire. Fast forward a few years, and the kid from Ohio is a straight-up millionaire. He built his parents that mansion and retired them. He built a state-of-the-art youth center and a hospital in his old neighborhood. And he started a massive scholarship fund to help low-income kids pay for college. The final lesson, the encounter. Years later, Arjun pulled up to that same spot near the fields in a custom sports car. He gets out, just taking a walk down memory lane. Suddenly, he spots the same old man sitting on a bench. Arjun's eyes light up. He runs over and says, "Sir, you have no idea. That journal you gave me completely changed my life. Thank you." The old man chuckles, shakes his head, and says, "Nah, kid. The journal didn't do anything. It was your unshakable vision and your hustle that changed your life." Arjun looks at him. So can anyone really pull themselves out of the mud just by changing how they think? The old head looks him dead in the eye and says, "If your vision is crystal clear, and if you back it up with relentless hustle, there isn't a force on this planet that can stop you from winning." The old man walked away, fading into the sunset. Arjun just stood there, smiling, looking out at the endless possibility of his life, ready for whatever level was next.